Today we have a 2014 CLA 250. We'll be replacing the right side lower control arm here. So you can see the ball joint kind of separated. I already kind of started working on it. I actually wasn't going to do a video, but might as well. So you can see it's held in by 3 bolts in the back here towards the rear, 1 up here, and then obviously a nut for the ball joint. I'm going to try to do this without, let me move this fan. I'm going to try to do this without removing the axle and see what I can do here. This is a number 21. I just put my wrench in there and broke the nut, just spun it off. I'm going to use a lower ball joint to remove this here. Obviously you want to remove all these wires from the lower control arm here. We'll transfer this over to the new control arm once we get this off. It's just, little push pins. This was a E24 bolt, just took an impact to it and took it out. I believe it's E24, I'll double check, but for the most part I believe it's E24. These are E14s, 3 right here. Now this one is just a fixed hole. However, this one here has a nut on the other side, which is a 16, which you see where I placed my wrench in there to get to the nut to hold it. So I just went pretty much up in here, reached all the way in there, placed it on the nut. And then so I'm gonna back these all out. And then once I do that, I should be able to just kind of swing this outward and let it hang on the ball joint and then knock that ball joint out. So let's go ahead and get that going. Oh, also this cover here, I didn't fully remove it, but I did remove, I believe this was a number 8, but I think this goes to the bottom of the cover. A little push pin, number 10 plastic nut here. 2 of these little push pins here. I believe that was a number 10 plastic nut, but that one was gone already. And then there was one more up there, a little plastic tab to get out the way. So just push it all to the side, you can kind of get view of everything. So let's go ahead and get those 3 bolts there out. And then let's get this control arm off of the subframe here. And subframe? I guess so. And then push to the side and see if we can get that lower ball joint out. Slight correction. So this bolt here is what I was talking about. I said it was the E24. It's actually an E20. Apologize for that one. Also 17, remove the to get the wheel off, so all right, I'm gonna go ahead and get those 3 bolts. Now before you sort of skip the step, I kind of got lucky. I was putting a pry bar here to kind of push this out, and my ball joint just came out the spindle. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take that nut off and swing it downward. So we'll see what happens. Sorry I couldn't show you how to use the ball joint removal tool. I mean, they make 2 kinds, one that uses like a leverage, like an angle to pop it out, and one you knock out. So really just be careful with this when doing so, but for the most part it's easy to come out. Also want to let y'all know that these wires also sit right there. Just kind of work on this little tab here, just push up and slide it forward to get it removed. So boom, now this is completely free from that lower control arm. We don't got to worry about it. So let's get this off. So just giving you a little another view here. So what I did here was kind of pulled it down and put you can see my ball joint's horrible here. Put it on the other side of the rotor here, so like this, and then I was able to pry it out. So now I'm just going to kind of work it out of this the bushing here. I mean, instead of removing that bolt, I'm just take the whole thing out since I'm replacing it anyways. So I'm just going to kind of work it out. As you can see, kind of how it sits in there. It just needs to go at that angle downward to get off of there, or we can slide it forward towards the front of the vehicle, which both ways would work, I guess. Your preference, just put a pry bar and kind of work it out. So let's get this out and we'll get the new one ready. So we have our old control arm removed. We're going to transfer these over. Just, pop them out. As you can see, the ball joint is completely dead. And our new one, nice and stiff. So I'm going to go ahead and transfer this over and install the new one. Okay guys, so my new lower control arm is installed now. Even though I didn't get on video, I will tell you I did have slight difficulties. You see the sway bar kind of blocks it here, so I did have to put a T-bar to kind of push it up. You can also use a pry bar and just lift up on it, slide it in. This is where most of the problem will come, is getting this part in. So what I did was kind of slid it through here, like one end, just kind of slid it in and try to get this in, so it kind of forces it to slide in, and then just pop the ball joint in. That will kind of even out so you can get these bolts in. Also, let me go ahead and mention that these 2 bolts, I had difficulty going into the other hole on the other side. until I tighten this just enough to where you see it's kind of almost touching. Then I was able to slide in and put my nuts in. So let me go ahead and get all this ready to go. I'll get you all the torque specs in just a second, but let me at least get these bolts kind of set nicely, and then we can get ready to torque them down. Okay guys, so normally I would just impact this, but let's do everything to specs with the torque wrench. So these two here are going to get torqued in 2 stages. First 50 newton meters, or about 37, 38 pounds, and then a 90-degree turn. This one is 60 newton meters. Can't really convert that in my head right now, but that's only 60. So we're gonna go ahead and tighten these two first, and then we'll go up there and tighten the other one, which is also a 2-stage torque, and then we'll finish off with our ball joint here. So we'll go ahead and torque these down, and then we'll get to the front. All right guys, so I have this one tightened down. As you can see, I have these lines here, 90 degrees. I didn't really bother pulling my angle wrench out. So 90 degrees, just make a line, do 90 degrees. So it was 37, 38 foot-pounds with 90-degree turn. This was 44. So now we're gonna go up here to the E20. This one's a 2-stage as well, 120 newton meters, or 88.5 foot-pounds with a 90-degree turn. So we'll go ahead and take care of this one, and then we'll get to the ball joint. Okay guys, so I've got that tightened down. As you can see my line, 90-degree turn at the end. I already went ahead and for the most part put that net as far as I could with just a wrench. I put a T-bar on the bottom, put some weight to it. I noticed that one of the things I've learned is you put some weight to that center part will not spin. And so instead of having to use an Allen or whatever to stick in the middle there to try to keep it still while you're turning, I've learned that just put the T-bar to it and with the vehicle weight on it, it'll stay. So because I'm not removing the axle, I'm actually going to use a crow's foot to tighten this here. I can't get a socket in with my torque wrench. So a little fun fact, if you do it like this, you will have to add the additional link to your torque wrench to get the correct torque. However, if you do that at a 90-degree angle like so, you do not, because you're not extending the length of your torque wrench. So this gets tightened down to, I believe it's 60 newton meters, which is 48 foot-pounds with a 45-degree turn. So I'm gonna go ahead and torque that down, and I might actually have to use the angle option on my torque wrench, just a 45-degree angle, just because I can't actually see what I'm looking at, from like how I did here. So let's see what happens, but pretty much this is how I'm doing it, 21, and let's get it going. All right guys, so I pretty much just used my torque wrench for everything, didn't mark it, used the angle function to get the angle in as well, so that's pretty much done there. Just gonna go ahead and take off the T-bar here, but pretty much we're done. As you can see, I did move this over all the way out, just kind of swung it around and stuff. It's just it was just for the view, nothing more. I didn't really have to do that, just wanted to give y'all a better view from this angle here. But yeah, so pretty much that's it, we're done. Just got to throw the wheel back on, put this cover back on, run all my wires back on the control arm, and that's it. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, more videos to come.